Jesse Marsh's first home game as Leeds manager ends in a big win for Aston Villa. It was Leeds 0, Villa 3. Here is what went down. It was the dearly departed Classico last night. We've covered these two sides for the longest time, but right now, all is very well at Aston Villa. Third straight win for them and moving into the top half. For Leeds, less so. Change of manager, first game at Elland Road, but no change in the outcome. 6 defeats in a row for Leeds, 7 defeats in 8, and the spectre of the relegation zone looms large. Leeds make one change from what was at times an encouraging debut from Jesse Marsh at Leicester. Adam Forshaw comes in for Matthias Klick in the central midfield spot. Patrick Bamford back on the bench. Still, no Calvin Phillips. Just the one change for Villa as well. Lucas Dean in at left back over Ashley Young. And it's this new combination up top. 2 strikers, Ings and Watkins, with Coutinho as a 10 behind, that seems to be the catalyst for Villa's change in fortunes. We are going to get into the goals imminently, but do please help me out. Hit that like button and help our video reach as many people as possible. Villa take the lead on 22. It's over down the Villa attacking left, and Dallas and Strowick get suckered in by Ings and Digne. Nice little interchange between those two. Digne gets down the left, and because those defenders have been pulled out, Firpo has to come all the way across. He gets very narrow, not for the first time in this game. The cross goes in all the way over to Matt Cash. He cuts it back. I'm not sure he's entirely meaning this to go to Coutinho, but frankly, you can see Ramsey's arriving. I think that's Ings in there as well. Coutinho hits the shot, and I think even he would admit it's not a great strike. But Pascal Strout wafts out a leg. I think Mellier's saving it otherwise, isn't it? And it just takes it past the keeper. Look, deflections are not always good luck or bad luck. Deflections often can be a stacked defence too close together, not helping their keeper out, or a frantic defence kind of chasing their tail. And I think this has been the case for Leeds for the longest time, and it certainly was here. And Coutinho's shot just goes off Strout in for 1-0. The Brazilian, 7 goal contributions in 7 starts. Goal number 2, similar story, but really punished by Villa here. Again, it's the quick switch from left to right, and again, it's Firpo getting a bit narrow, and this time a little bit high. To be fair to Cash, he does really well. The cross comes over from Ings, that quick switch of play. Cash takes a touch. Firpo is again chasing his tail like Strout was for the first goal. Cash takes it inside him. Cash used to be a winger before he was converted by Forest and signed by Villa. And he comes inside. He wraps that one in the left foot. I think 2 things can be true here. Yes, poor defensive setup, but good execution by Ings and particularly Cash. 5 goal contributions in 6 games for the fullback. I'm sure a lot of my subs who are FPL players will be enjoying him at the moment. 2-0 Villa. And it goes from 2 to 3 and bad to worse on 73 minutes for Leeds as Villa shore this one up. Free kick comes in from the left-hand side. Feels like I'm piling in on poor old Strack today. He kind of gets eyebrows on it. I'm not sure he needs to head it. There's Firpo and Dallas behind it. Of course, as he does glance the header, and it's this chasing your tail style of defending on the edge, not comfortable. Dallas and Firpo then move back. It falls perfectly for Mings. He does well to touch it back to Chambers. And when you're A, confident, this goes in for you. When you're B, not confident, this goes in against you. Callum Chambers, his last goal was actually against Leeds as well for Arsenal in the AFL Cup. So brilliant finish. He bends it right-footed into the top corner. And once again, particularly on goals 2 and 3, we're in the preventable mistake in the first instance and then punished by Aston Villa, who make the game safe here. Horrible night for Leeds and Jesse Marsh. They made mistakes. I keep using this term, chased their tail, and the rash decisions were made by Leeds. To be fair to Villa, they were punished, and then the game state just completely plays into Villa's hands. They can sit, control, and an already nervous Leeds team were able to be picked off. I think from the sounds I was getting from the stadium watching on the Amazon coverage, the Leeds fans were a bit worried at 3-0 that it could have gone 4 or 5 in those last 10, 15 minutes. Look, 9 shots to 1 on target for Villa. Only one big chance to nil. But look, Leeds didn't create anything. And the mistakes they made, looking at that shot map, gave Villa the opportunity to just win this game pretty comfortably in the end. Really good night for Villa and a really good run for Villa. 3 wins in a row. They go up to 9th in the league table. Got 11 games to play. You can see they've got a game in hand on the 2 behind them. There is a gap up to Wolves. So perhaps a bit of a case that this is the target now for Villa. Can they just hold where they are and keep at bay those behind them and maybe chip away the gap to Wolves? There's still plenty of games to go, but that gap is 7 points, as you can see there. Get involved in the comments. Can Villa maintain a top half spot? I'd love to know your thoughts on this. With Coutinho off the 2 strikers, we've been saying for the longest time, how was he going to fit in Bailey, Ings, Watkins, Buendia, and then Coutinho? This looks good, and it's working at the moment. The fullbacks as well, very good. Cash and Dean, both involved in an attacking sense, and this modern use of fullbacks with high attacking output looks to be something Steven Gerrard is getting right, amongst many things actually, at Aston Villa. So for Leeds, it's just not good, is it? And I'm probably more worried now than I have been at any point this season. So the current run is 6 straight defeats. You can see they are 2 points above Burnley in 18th. Everton and Burnley both have games in hand. And the problem for Leeds at the moment is they're relying on the ineptitude of others to keep them safe. Yes, Norwich lost last night. Yes, Watford lost last night. But it's Burnley that's the worry, isn't it? I've got the points per game. And at the moment, Everton 0.88, Leeds 0.82, Burnley 0.81. It is 1/100th of a point projecting for Leeds to finish above Burnley at the moment. And it's such snail racing at the moment down there that one win could change all of that. Look, I thought the Leicester game was encouraging, but, and this is probably where the worry comes from, it's where did that go immediately? And again, we've got a sort of in-game collapse and another big defeat to 0, and that goals conceded column is just racking up. With Bielsa, had he stayed, I was of the mind that there would have been 2, 3, maybe 4 games where, yes, it would have been chaotic and possibly high scoring, but they could have picked up the wins. The problem now is you've almost got the worst of both worlds with Leeds. You've still got the defensive problems, but you kind of take away Bielsa. What you take with one hand, you give with the other. It feels like what you take with both hands now. And Jesse Marsh has just really, really got to get a tune out of these guys. Good to see Bamford back. Perhaps that is the only positive. Please get in the comments and tell me, really, how worried are you about Leeds? Over the last couple of years, we've had threat levels and all sorts with the pandemic. I think I'm at my highest threat level for Leeds. But Norwich at home at the weekend, and a win there could change the direction of travel and that points per game. Also, by the way, Brentford versus Burnley. A big weekend coming. Parlay that into your answers in the comments. This has been a dearly departed show, so we say a big thank you to Simon Hoyle, 25 years as a Bees fan, finally the bus stop in Hounslow, in the Premier League. Simon is our dearly departed fan sponsor. We are streamlining the dearly departed stuff now, so more direct, shorter videos. Do hit the subscribe button so you can get involved in all the polls and let me know which teams and which games you want to hear spoken about. This time it was Leeds 0, Aston Villa 3. And at the weekend, you can check out right here, it was Norwich 1, Brentford 3 that we covered. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do get involved in the comments, hit the like button, and it's a big over and out from me.